Sanji has developed an exoskeleton, equivalent to having multiple Devil Fruits abilities. Hello everyone, I'm Yui, the Research Lab Director. Today we will discuss the anomalies in Sanji's body revealed in episode 1028. It contains information near the latest episode, so be careful of spoilers. Please make sure to watch till the end. 1. Exoskeleton. In episode 1023, Sanji complained of something wrong with his body, saying, "I've been feeling a little different after putting on my raid suit for the second time." The event that may have caused his discomfort was in the latest episode, 1028. Sanji's body was tightened up by the ability of the great signboard Queen of the 100 Beast Pirates, and Sanji's body was deformed with a cracking sound. Normally, every bone in his body would have been broken and he would have died, but somehow Sanji survived without a hitch. His legs were bent and his torso and arms were pointing in the wrong direction, but he was still able to move normally. Sanji wonders to himself, and he puts back the broken parts to his original shape by tapping them. To top it all off, Queen's sword directly hit him in the face, but he was able to finish it off with a single word, "Ouch!" Sanji's skin did not even get a scratch, and on the contrary, Queen's sword was broken in half. It is presumed that this inhumanly strong defense is the power of the exoskeleton of Germa 66. The Germa artificial human has a body surface tissue as tough as steel and is able to be and reshape its own body like a metal plate. For example, Windsmoke Yonji was once kicked so hard by Sanji that his face was bent. Yonji was not as damaged as he looked, and he was restored to his original state by hitting his face violently with a hammer. Sanji was treated as a failure of an artificial human, and his abilities were said to be no different from those of a normal human being, but it is reasonable to assume that Sanji's exoskeleton appeared as a result of some kind of change caused by wearing his raid suit at this time. He said, "I don't think I've awakened the same power as my brothers. No, to become a monster like that." In reality, if his skeleton were to manifest itself, it would be a tremendous boost to his strength. Sanji is a relatively normal human being among the Straw Hat Pirates, which is filled with people who are in many ways far from human beings. As the story goes, I feel Sanji is becoming more and more versatile. 2. Curing ability. What I would like to consider this time is whether Sanji's current abilities are now close to those of a multiple Devil Fruit ability user. First, let us discuss the hardening ability obtained by his exoskeleton. It goes without saying that Sanji has already mastered Armament Haki, so he already has a considerable defensive capability. However, as you can see from the description in episode 1028, the defensive performance of his exoskeleton is out of the ordinary. For example, the fact that Sanji was able to take no damage after being slashed with a sword by a top official of the Four Emperors is not something that can be done with Haki. Besides, Sanji was slashed while he was caught off guard. In this way, we can see that his exoskeleton is a type of skill that is always activated, unlike Armament Haki. After all, there will be only a limited number of people who can do damage to Sanji in the future. We might say that this ability is seen similar to Kachikachi Fruit in the movie version of Adventures on the Nejimaki Islands. It is likely that Sanji is much harder than Bear King, who had the ability of Kachikachi Fruit. 3. Recovery ability. When hit by an attack that is more powerful than his defensive capabilities, his exoskeleton bends like a piece of metal. It is thought that only the apparent shape is lost and the internal bones and organs are not significantly affected. That is why the damaged and bent parts can be restored simply by tapping or twisting them by himself. It is a great advantage to be able to recover without doctor's help, even for injuries that normally require immediate medical treatment. Of course, if he is attacked at a level that changes the shape of his body, there is no damage at all. When he can restore the deformed parts to his original shape, he can expect to recover at least enough to continue fighting. There is no Devil Fruit that can be performed like his exoskeleton, but the ability to transform the body shape to some extent is a characteristic that is often seen in Paramecia-type Devil Fruits. 4. Ability to ignite. Just recently, Queen asked Sanji, "Do people burn?" "Fool! not the Lunarians. Sanji, for some reason, is able to use his ignition ability. It is said that Sanji remembers the 2 years of hell he spent in the Karambaka Kingdom and puts on flames of anger, or moves his legs so fast that they catch fire from the friction heat. But the truth is that it is unclear how Sanji can ignite. In the One Piece world, there are sometimes people who can use flame techniques even if they are not a psychic of devil fruits, but Sanji's firepower is outstanding among them. He is now in the realm of being able to ignite his legs with almost no running motion. It is not an exaggeration to say that what he is doing is as close as possible to a person who has the ability of flame fruit, though he cannot produce the same firepower as Ace or Sabo. 5. Invisibility Ability. Sanji's raid suit is a type called Stealth Black, which, as the name suggests, has an invisibility function. It is extremely difficult to locate Sanji in his stealth state without using observation haki. It even worked on page 1 of the 100 Beast Pirates Tobirokko, so there are probably very few people who can detect Sanji's invisibility on their first look. This performance is quite close to that of Clear Fruit. 6. Levitation Ability. Sanji's raid suit also has levitation capability. The mechanism attached to the soles of his shoes has a levitating effect, allowing him to fly around with no strict time or height limits. Originally, Sanji was able to move through the air with a technique called Skywalk, but now that he has raid suit, he is able to move through the air with even greater freedom. We can say that it is similar to the ability of Float Fruit. Float Fruit has an extremely powerful ability used by Shiki, the great pirate Golden Lion, who was at his peak during Roger's time. Although his raid suit's levitation ability is not as powerful as the original Devil Fruit, which can levitate anything he touches, it is safe to say that his levitation ability is as good as, or better than, Float Fruit in terms of levitating his own body and moving around. 7. Swimming Ability. Sanji has come to possess abilities that are a good combination of several devil fruits, such as Kachi Fruit, Flame Fruit, Clear Fruit, and Float Fruit. Of course, each one is not as good as the original, but no one else can use their abilities so versatilely. These numerous special abilities will further enhance Sanji's original fighting skills. And the important point is that there are no disadvantages to his many special abilities. Unlike those who have the ability of devil fruits, Sanji does not drown in the sea, nor does he have to worry about losing his power due to Kairoseki. Sanji is now becoming a cheap character, possessing multiple abilities similar to those of devil fruits and having no weaknesses. Sanji, who has been treated as a failure in Derma, has grown so fast that he has been a masterpiece. Many of Sanji's special abilities are derived from Derma science and technology. In this way, I can understand why Derma 66, which has no one with the ability of devil fruits, is able to compete with countries and pirates all over the world as mercenary soldiers. That's all for today. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a high rating. You can also find more videos on our sub-channel, Yui's Res More. I'm also on Twitter, so I'd love it if you follow me there. This is Yui, our lab director. See you soon!